Hello everyone, welcome to the corner. Gonna do a quick little bench update today. I've been working on a car that was kind of given to me a while back. A friend of mine who some of you may know, some of you may not know him, but he goes by the nickname Rand Fink. It's a good friend of mine, Randy, and Randy has built quite a few, and I'm understating this by saying awesome cars. He is one of those modelers that just takes things and just makes them cool. I know he said the same thing about my stuff as far as what I build, but yeah, mine's just kind of a hack job compared to stuff that he does. Randy's the type of guy that takes a car and just very cleanly makes it look cool. And like I say, that's an understatement. But this is one that he started years ago, and he put it in my hands. We came to a custom chems meeting one day, and Randy had a few of his stalled projects sitting on a back table, and he, like 6 or 7 or 8 of them, I forget how many there were, but he came around and kind of not really tapped people on the shoulder, but he kind of came up to different members and said that go back and pick out a car and take it home and finish it. Well, this is the one that I picked out of the stuff that he had. Most of you recognize the Monkee Mobile portion of it. Some of you will also pick out the 66 Chevelle wagon that's part of it. But where he made the cuts and how he blended everything together is what ties this all together. What he did is he took the Monkee Mobile front clip, he cut it at the door line here, the door jamb. From here forward is all Monkee Mobile. Down the sides, along the crest of this body line, back to 1/4 of an inch around this rear wheel well, up and over and down, back up to about here, and straight up here. The lower half is all Monkee Mobile, with this last 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch of the body being the Monkee Mobile. The sides of the rear quarter, the sides of the door, the roof are all 66 Chevelle. He also integrated the back of the Monkee Mobile into it. Get the glare off the back glass there. From the tailgate out is all Monkee Mobile grafted into the back of it to give the flair, just to blend everything together. Another thing that he did, I'm gonna have to turn it up here. You'll notice the shape of the front end and how it all angles together. From the outside of the fender to the outside of this fender, this section here and shape mimics what he did to the roof here. He blended the section of the roof to make this portion of the roof look like the front end, just to tie the modifications together and how he did it. That's kind of what I'm saying by how clean he builds his stuff and how nice the details that he puts into what he does. And then he just finished it off. Then these are evergreen strips of plastic to give the ribs in the roof. He had the car, the body was sitting in primer, and he had it where the front clip was loose from the body. He was trying to get it to do, to be like a front clip, or it would, pivot the tilt front end on it. And I tried keeping that, idea in mind to have a flip front end on here, but with this nose being so long and the tip of the nose being out so far as it is, to have this thing be a flip nose, you'd almost have to have it come out and then roll up off of a higher, like a pivot point out here farther. That way it wouldn't bury the nose into the ground. So in the end, what I did is I just decided just to glue the front clip back onto the body and then open up the hood. And I'm not going to be able to get it. Let me grab my knife. But I did it to where the hood will open that way. That way you get, grant clearance to the engine and such. Do this free-handed a little bit. The engine is out of the 66 Chevelle wagon. I just added the blower to the top half of it. And this little piece that you see here, from here back, I added to it just to kind of cover up the blower belt, and then tie the nose together to bring it through the engine compartment, and then finish it up with the Monkee Mobile hood that you see there. And just to kind of, like I say, tie everything together the way he kind of carried the contour of the nose to the roof. Just brought it all together. And then everything underneath it is just pretty much all stock 66 Chevelle wagon. Then I've got the Pegasus Diablo style wheels on it just to bring it all together. Then I kept the Monkee Mobile exhaust tips coming out of the front fender. Used the 66 Chevelle brake rotors in behind the wheels just to add the flare to the wheels. Color the calipers red, put the decals on for the drilled aspect of the rotors. But all in all, that's pretty much what, just finishing up what he had started to bring it all together and build a cool wagon. I sent him pictures over the last couple of days after I finished it up. He wrote back that it was pretty bad, but as long as he enjoys it and sees that it is finished and likes it, that's kind of what I was out to show and do for it. So he liked the way it turned out. All in all, it didn't turn out too bad, except for when I was putting it together, it popped the putty. That's where you can kind of show where he cut the body at. It blew the bodywork out of the side of the rear quarter there after when I was putting the chassis into it. It popped where he glued it together at. But at least now you know where he cut it at anyway. But it works out. But that's that. I've kind of named it, dubbed it, if you would call it. I dubbed it Ain't Your Monkee Bizness. And that's kind of what the name I'm giving it. I told him I was going to do that when I picked it up from him. I was just going to call it that and name it that, I guess. But colors on it are Tamiya Mica Blue Metallic. And then the roof is the Tamiya Champagne Gold on top. I thought the colors looked pretty good. First I had the roof painted silver, but it just seemed to lack color, lacked the joining of the two colors, if you will. So I opted to go and tape the roof off again and shot it in the champagne gold versus the silver. This gives it a lot richer and a better look to it. Along with that note, something else has been going on here lately. As you can see, some of these pieces sitting around here. Haven't been working on the Bigfoot rig a whole lot lately because I've been working on something else. Been doing some detailing to the engine. This is out of the Revell Kenworth K100. This is the NTC 400 Cummins engine. Put it together, adding dipstick and fuel oil lines, breather line. I got a few more lines to add to it when everything goes on the side. This piece will go on the side here, and then this will have some of the plumbing coming off of it, supplying to the engine and such. Added the drain plug to it. Oil pan was smooth on the side. I put like a little drain plug in it just to kind of give it the added detail and such. I'm working on the oilers. These hang underneath the battery box, except for the truck that I'm building. Needs two of them, so I got to come up with another one, or make up. What I'm probably going to do is just find some tubing, make up my, two that match, and then hang them on the bottom. Because it needs one on each side of the battery box on the bottom. As you can probably tell by the red, maybe not sure if you can or not, but the truck that I'm building is the BJ and the Bear rig from the TV show years ago. And so far, this is the chassis to it. Paint's still a little tacky. I ended up shooting this today. this piece of copper wire. I just had that for hanging for drying, but I added all the brake lines that you can see down inside. The copper wire down inside there, not the one hanging on the rear cross member here, but everything else down inside is all added to it for the brake lines coming off the air tanks. This line here will be coming, this is the air supply line going back to the splitter, going to the air tanks, and then feeding from there back. Get it to focus in here. Added the brake lines up front. Lines up front are like off of hearing earplugs. They're rubber type tubing, so they'll flex with the steering when you turn it. Everything back here is all hard line. But that's the start of the BJ and the Bear rig. A good friend of mine, well, not a good friend of mine, somebody that I know, I guess you could say, Paul Sagehorn owns the actual rig. I've gone up to Sparta, Wisconsin quite a few years ago. Took some pictures of the real rig and such, and he took a picture of me sitting in the driver's seat of it. He thought that'd be kind of cool. So, but yeah, all in all, that's all that's going on right now. And well, we'll get into the next video. We'll explain some stuff, and not going to go into too much detail, but I'll let that video lie until another week or two. But for right now, that's it. That's the bench update for this week. And yeah, keep scratching that plastic, and we'll see you in the corner. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.